Hello, thanks for joining us for this video guide. In this video, we're going to go through the step-by-step process of how to set up your project within the latest version of Vertex BD. We will start by creating a new project by selecting File and New Project. Ensure Building is selected, then within Project ID you can give your project an identifier, making sure to include no spaces. Below this, within the name field, you can name the project in full with a bit more detail. The Based On section enables us to select between a base template or a locally saved project, utilizing the options available here. As this is a new project, we will utilize a previously created template project, which will copy over all the parameters. Here, the more advanced parametric template is used, so we can have greater control over the Z level within the model. The project data card is utilized for information about the project itself, including contact and building location details. Some of this information is carried over into the outputs, for example on drawing sheets. This information can be disregarded if it is not required or necessary. Note, the engineering data is purely for informational purposes. Once you click OK on the project data card, you will then enter into the new project and be greeted by the drawing model pairs window. This shows the active modeling pairs that are available, including a drawing for each in both architectural and framing, as well as their respective models. We will look shortly at how to add and remove modeling pairs. Here, simply select the ground floor walls to be taken to the 2D drawing of that specific modeling pair. You can press the F2 key, or you can find the option to switch between both 2D and 3D model view here. Whilst this button allows you to switch between a 3D architectural and framing models. We also have the project document browser here on the left hand side, which allows you to easily access the different drawing models and outputs within the project you are working on. Tabs down at the bottom allow you to switch to the model tree where different elements within the project can be interacted with. For instance, hiding via story from the right-click contextual menu. To change the modeling pairs available, first switch back into the project document browser and click on Settings, Drawing Model Pairs Settings, and then utilize the Select Active Drawing Model Pairs option, toggling on and off the model pairs to be used, and then completing by selecting OK. Once completed, when we press F4, we can see the Drawing Model Pairs window has been updated. As mentioned earlier, the next part of the project setup is to select the default wall heights for each level or story within the project. To do that, again, click on the Settings entry in the project document browser and select Edit 3D Levels. This interface allows us to adjust the wall height and floor-to-floor heights for each level within the project. The Preview panel shows the dimensions for each level, as well as floor-to-floor and window header heights. The easiest way to amend these is to edit the FFL or finish floor level for each story. For example, we can keep FFL 0 as 0, as this is the top of the slab for the ground floor. We can then alter FFL 1 to be the top of the first floor deck, which will affect the wall location points and their respective heights. So, if you want to keep the FFL 0 to 1 height fixed, we change this option here from fixed room height to fixed floor-to-floor height. We can then select a different floor system here by right-clicking and selecting Select Floor or Ceiling. This will then allow us to enter our horizontal structure library, where we can choose the floor structure or ceiling structure we require. As the floor-to-floor height is fixed, the room height and ceiling height will change for the ground floor. The window header height can also be adjusted via the WH lines. Please note, this is just a parameter and can be adjusted whilst modeling. We can continue to adjust the other floors in this way, and once done, select OK. The last step to setting up a project before we begin drafting is to alter the project parameters from the default parameters stored within the template project. The project parameters can be found again by clicking the settings entry within the document browser as shown and selecting Edit Project Parameters. You will notice there are parameters set for each level we have active as a drawing model pair. However, most values within here are controlled by the 3D or Z levels we set up earlier. System parameters contain a lot of default values such as service hole heights and tolerances for openings, which can be changed system-wide. Thus, you should not need to alter these with each project. The framing parameters contain a set of rules for the framing or different wall types as shown by the tabs at the bottom. Each wall type has its own set of identical parameters at setup, which will automatically be picked up with the wall you have selected via the wall library. We will just go through exterior bearing wall types. First section deals with panel breaks. A minimum and maximum length for all panels can be defined here, and also preferred lengths. Details covers the wall connections, whether this is a corner or a backer. Details can be chosen by clicking the row and then choosing the type you require from the preview drawings via selecting the diamonds. Finally, the studs section enables you to specify if you have a single or a double center stud, if stud orientation is mirrored, center to center spacing of the stud, as well as their starting position in the panel. Once all framing sets are complete, click OK and you are then ready to begin drafting. Join us for our next videos in this series where we will go through the drafting process, including the functions and benefits of Vertex BD throughout. Thanks for watching.